Ever wondered what it's like to step into a city where futuristic skylines, lush rainforests, and ancient temples all exist within minutes of each other? That's exactly what we discovered in Singapore. And let me tell you, it blew our minds from the very first day. If you're planning your own adventure to this Southeast Asian gem, here are the best places we visited in Singapore, along with personal tips, stories, and fun facts from our trip. When we arrived in Singapore, we knew we were stepping into something special. This compact island nation might be small, but it's packed with iconic landmarks, rich history, and a unique blend of cultures. Everywhere we turned, we saw a beautiful harmony between old traditions and modern innovation, from bustling hawker stalls to gleaming skyscrapers. Our trip kicked off with one of Singapore's most iconic landmarks, Marina Bay Sands. As we approached the towering structure, we were completely awestruck. Its sleek, futuristic design, with three massive towers connected by what looks like a ship floating in the sky, felt like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. We had seen countless photos online, but nothing prepared us for the real-life scale and grandeur of it. We made our way inside the hotel and took the high-speed elevator up to the SkyPark observation deck, located on the 57th floor. As the doors opened, we were instantly greeted with a jaw-dropping 360-degree view of Singapore's skyline. The city spread out before us in every direction, a blend of gleaming skyscrapers, historic shophouses, and lush greenery. To one side, the shimmering blue waters of Marina Bay sparkled in the sunlight. To the other, we had a perfect aerial view of the breathtaking gardens by the bay, with its surreal super trees rising from the earth like futuristic sculptures. Starting our journey at Marina Bay Sands gave us an unforgettable first impression of Singapore. Bold, beautiful, and unlike anywhere we'd ever been. We also visited the luxury mall downstairs, where we rode a gondola through the canal that flows under the designer boutiques. It was such a fun little surprise. From what we've experienced firsthand, we would highly recommend to book SkyPark tickets in advance. The line can get long. Did you know that the infinity pool up top is the longest elevated pool in the world? But you'll need to stay at the hotel to take a dip. Right next to Marina Bay Sands, we wandered into the gardens by the bay and instantly felt like we had stepped into another world. Walking among the towering super trees, we felt tiny, but in the best way. These vertical gardens were covered in ferns, orchids, and exotic plants, and some even had skywalks connecting them. We loved climbing up to the OCBC Skyway, where we walked above the treetops and got a panoramic view of the gardens and Marina Bay skyline. The cloud forest dome absolutely blew us away. Inside, we discovered a mist-covered mountain filled with tropical plants and one of the tallest indoor waterfalls in the world. We walked along spiraling paths and misty walkways, getting closer to rare plants and stunning views from every level. The flower dome, on the other hand, was like stepping into a perfectly curated global garden. Everything from African baobabs to Mediterranean olive trees. Each section was themed, and the scents alone were intoxicating. At night, we came back to watch the Garden Rhapsody light show, a magical mix of lights and music that brought the super trees to life. We lay down on the grass with dozens of others and watched the trees dance to classical and pop music. It was one of the most enchanting experiences of our trip. After visiting ourselves, we suggest to visit in the late afternoon so you can catch both daylight and the nighttime light show. Did you know that the super trees are more than pretty? They actually generate solar energy and help cool the gardens. When we needed a break from the city buzz, we headed over to Sentosa Island, Singapore's ultimate getaway. Just getting there was an experience. We took the cable car from Mount Faber and were rewarded with breathtaking views of the skyline and harbor. Once on the island, we were surrounded by fun and relaxation at every turn. We started with a relaxing walk along Siloso Beach, where the sand was soft and the palm trees swayed in the breeze. We lounged with coconut drinks and watched beach volleyball matches, feeling like we'd escaped to a tropical paradise. Then, we dove into some indoor adventure at SEA Aquarium, where we came face to face with manta rays, sharks, and vibrant schools of fish in one of the world's largest aquariums. The tunnel where sea creatures swim overhead was mesmerizing. Of course, we couldn't resist the thrill rides at Universal Studios Singapore. From high-speed roller coasters to immersive shows, it was non-stop excitement. The Transformers ride left us speechless, and we laughed our way through the Shrek 4D experience. Sentosa had everything from nature walks to zip lines, and it truly felt like a mini vacation within our vacation. We would recommend to grab a Sentosa Fun Pass, just as we did, to save money if you're planning to visit multiple attractions. Did you know that Sentosa used to be a military fortress? Its old name was Pulau Belakang Mati, which means Island Behind Death. Next, we made our way to Chinatown, and from the moment we stepped in, we were captivated by the explosion of colors, aromas, and cultural richness. The streets were filled with lanterns strung overhead and lined with stalls selling everything from handcrafted souvenirs to delicious street food. The bustling energy made it feel like a celebration was happening every day. We couldn't leave without tasting local favorites like chicken rice and char kway teow from a hawker stall that had a line around the block. Always a good sign. It was one of the best meals we had on the entire trip. Our recommendation is to visit during Chinese New Year for colorful festivals and traditional performances. Did you know that the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple claims to house a tooth from the historical Buddha himself? Our journey continued into the vibrant neighborhood of Little India, and we were immediately surrounded by colorful murals, bustling markets, and the irresistible smell of spices in the air. It felt like we had stepped into a different country, right within Singapore. The Sri Veeramakaliamman Temple was our first stop. Its vividly decorated facade and intricate carvings were incredible. Inside, we watched as worshippers lit candles and left offerings, and we felt honored to witness such a deeply spiritual place. We spent the rest of the day exploring Tekka Center, a lively hawker market where we tasted samosas, biryani, and one of the creamiest mango lassis we've ever had. We also found some stunning traditional clothing at a local boutique and couldn't resist picking up a few pieces. Walking the streets of Little India gave us a true appreciation of Singapore's multicultural spirit. We urge you to try sweets. Gulab jamun and jalebi are must-tries. Did you know that Little India began as a settlement for Indian convicts and laborers during British rule? When the sun set, we made our way to Quay, Singapore's riverside hub for nightlife, dining, and riverside views. The colorful colonial-era warehouses have been transformed into vibrant restaurants, bars, and clubs, creating a buzzing atmosphere that's perfect for a night out. We grabbed dinner at one of the seafood restaurants right on the river and couldn't resist ordering Singapore's famous chili crab. Messy, spicy, and absolutely delicious. Afterward, we took a relaxing boat cruise along the Singapore River, passing under beautifully lit bridges and learning more about the history of the area through an audio guide. There was live music playing in the background, and the cool night breeze made everything feel so laid back. Whether you're into partying or just want to soak up the lively vibe, Clarke has something for everyone. For the best experience, we suggest to take the river cruise just after sunset for the best golden hour lighting. Did you know that Clarke was once a bustling trade hub for goods coming in from around Asia? To end our trip on a peaceful note, we spent a morning at the Singapore Botanic Gardens, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As we strolled along winding paths through lush greenery, it was hard to believe we were still in the heart of a busy city. The gardens were serene and filled with bird songs, flowering plants, and shady trees. The highlight for us was the National Orchid Garden, home to thousands of orchid species. Some so rare they looked like they belonged on another planet. We especially loved seeing the VIP orchid section, where hybrids are named after visiting dignitaries. We also stopped at a peaceful lake, where swans drifted by and turtles sunned themselves on the rocks. It was the perfect way to unwind and reflect on everything we had experienced. Speaking from experience, we would recommend to bring a reusable water bottle and wear comfy walking shoes. The gardens are huge. Did you know that the Botanic Gardens were founded in 1859 and played a key role in the rubber industry boom of Southeast Asia? No trip to Singapore would be complete without diving into its vibrant food culture. And trust us, we dove in headfirst. Eating our way through the city was one of the absolute highlights of our journey. Every hawker center, food court, and local restaurant seemed to offer a culinary adventure waiting to happen. We started with the beloved Hainanese chicken rice, which quickly became one of our favorite dishes. The simplicity of the tender poached chicken, fragrant rice cooked in chicken stock, and a side of garlic chili sauce created a comforting, savory balance that we craved again and again. We tried it at a stall in Maxwell Food Center, and the line alone told us we were in for something special. Next up was the famous chili crab. We ordered it at a riverside restaurant in Clarke, Quay, and when the massive plate arrived, we knew we were in for a messy, delicious experience. The sweet, spicy sauce clung to every piece of crab, and we happily rolled up our sleeves to dig in. Paired with fried mantou buns to soak up the sauce, it was absolutely unforgettable. Of course, we had to try laksa, a spicy noodle soup that felt like a hug in a bowl. The creamy coconut broth was rich and comforting, filled with prawns, tofu, fish cakes, and thick rice noodles. We slurped it down in a bustling corner of Katong, where the dish has Peranakan roots, and we still dream about it today. As we explored Little India, we discovered roti prata, a crispy Indian flatbread served with a side of curry. Watching it being flipped and cooked on a hot griddle right in front of us was part of the fun. We tried both the plain version and one stuffed with egg and cheese. Both were heavenly. In Chinatown, we stumbled upon char kway teow, a smoky stir-fried noodle dish with Chinese sausage, eggs, and prawns. The wok hei, that smoky essence from a hot wok, added incredible depth to the flavors. Paired with a cold sugarcane juice, it was the perfect lunch on a hot afternoon. And finally, we cooled off with ice kacang, a towering mountain of shaved ice drizzled in colorful syrups and topped with jelly, sweet corn, and red beans. It sounds wild, but it was a refreshing explosion of textures and flavors. Just what we needed after a long day of exploring. Looking back, our time in Singapore was nothing short of magical. Each neighborhood offered something new, from futuristic skylines to peaceful gardens, cultural gems to tropical beaches. The blend of traditions and innovations made every moment memorable. Singapore taught us that you don't have to travel far between worlds. Sometimes they all exist within a single city. The warmth of the people, the flavors of the food, the creativity behind every attraction. We left with full hearts, full bellies, and a burning desire to return. Whether it's your first time or a return visit, Singapore welcomes you with open arms and countless adventures. We hope our journey inspires yours. Despite its size, Singapore ranks among the world's most visited cities. And after seeing it for ourselves, we completely understand why. If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your fellow travelers, and subscribe to our channel for more adventures around the world. Please check the links in the description for recommended travel essentials. Let us know in the comments which Singaporean place is on your bucket list, or share your own travel tips. Remember, travel is not just about the destinations, but also the memories you create along the way. Thank you for watching, and let's the journey begins.